Hey, so some really big, impressive things have been happening lately, and I've been a little shy about sharing them for whatever reason. So, one thing that happened is one thing that happened is a year ago, I started having conversations with Senator Dick Blumenthal, who is my senator and who's very progressive except for Palestine. And I started having um, heartfelt, right? Heartfelt conversations with him about Israel's warmongering in Palestine and other countries, Lebanon, other countries. Um, and I had some conversations that really seemed to move his heart, but did not move his policies. Well, I had a conversation, and then some people I know took my lead and had conversations with him. And then a few weeks ago, no, less than a week ago, last weekend, I saw him in a public place again, and I said, "Hey, I wanted to talk to you about." Oh, I think it was military intelligence merging, which is on the docket in Congress, and I was like, "This is a really bad idea. I know you've had a relationship with Israel, but I just don't think you want to vote for this." And he said, "I'm reconsidering my whole approach to military funding to Israel." They've I tried to tell Netanyahu to change his policies, and he just doesn't. And I said, "Yeah, he's not someone who listens to words." But what this shows me is, the work we do matters even when we don't see it, right? Like, because I let myself use some of the methods that I teach, right, to have conversations that actually connect heart to heart with the people we disagree with when I spoke to him, and so did, you know, some of the people who spoke to him since, and I thought, "Oh, we did a great job, but it didn't move anything." And maybe it did, or something has moved, and I don't think it would have. I don't think I don't know that he would have moved without the conversations he's had with us. And he asked me to stay in touch because I think he's gonna want some support as he moves into this different territory. Now, if he goes back on his word, doesn't mean that my work doesn't matter, but you can help me. Help me hold him accountable with love. The other thing that happened, one of my clients, I think I'm gonna be interviewing her here or on YouTube, um, came back from being on a freedom flotilla to Gaza, actually getting abducted by the IDF, kept on a prison ship for a couple days, released without being tortured. Some of her comrades, many of her comrades, over 100 of her comrades, were tortured a few days later, and she was part of the support team, getting them medical care, etc. She's back in North America. She's getting a lot of visibility. She's getting interviews. She's getting asked to testify. She's speaking at rallies. It's a new identity for her. When she first came to me, she was where probably a lot of you are. She had some really inspired ideas, but was holding back. Just, oh, maybe I could give a workshop. Maybe I could, okay, I'll attend a rally, but nobody needs to know my name, sort of thing. And she's gone through huge transformation even to actually go on this mission, of course. But she took the action, and now the identity transformation is catching up with her. And it's been hard. It is hard to be way bigger than you knew you were. And so the last few weeks, she's in my mastermind, the Impactful Leadership Incubator. And the last few weeks, I've just been supporting her with what I know about transitions, because I went through really, like, much less interesting spark, but I went through a really profound identity transition 20 years ago. And I remember a lot about it, and I learned some really powerful resources, and I had to create some really powerful resources where I couldn't find them. And so I've just been telling her, like she said, "I don't recognize the person I was 2 months ago." And I'm like, "Yeah, because that's what happens when you're in deep transition. The world stops feeling real because the world just looks like the old world." And that's it doesn't make sense for the world to be old when you're so new. Um, so I offered her that, and that made a huge difference, like, to realize she's not going crazy. It's actually very natural for, to slightly dissociate when you're going through a massive identity transition. And then the other thing was, gosh, what was it? Oh, this week, um, she was like, "I think I know what I wanna be doing next, but I don't know. I don't know if I could I don't know. I just can't can't think clearly." I'm like, "I think you're still, like, kind of attached to your old self and your old way of being and doing." And I offered her this tool that I made up where when I'm going through a big transition, even not as big as that, but, like, when I feel like my destiny is further ahead than my brain, um, or I imagine, like, the flow of destiny is over my head, my armpits, um, like a storm or a river, but a river of air. And then I imagine I just jump up and let it carry me where I'm meant to go. And it's just like this amazing thing to untether myself from my attachment to being small, my attachment to the way things have been. And I offered that to her, and she went through a roller coaster and a tornado, and then she landed. And then she was happy, lit up, and completely clear. And these, like, alleged dilemmas she had were like, "Oh, that's so easy. That's so easy. That's so clear. I know exactly what to do. I can just go do that tomorrow." And I know that when you're resisting your future, you can stay stuck and anguished for months and even years, or you can just not just, but with a little help, you can stop resisting your future and let it pull you, and it's really beautiful. It's easy, but it's not just that it's easy, it's it just really strikes awe in me, the potential that we have, that each of us have, to be so much more to be so much more for ourselves, but just also to be so much more for the world. And, like, just the energy that's released when we stop resisting, but also the powerful commitments that the people who come into my world have, and that they get to be real. So I wanted to share with you, the work is real. It really causes miracles, and they're showing up. So thank you for being along for the ride.